Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How's your situation that got you in the hospital and your side and pain?
I got a pain. This was Saturday. I got a pain in my side. I don't know if I pulled something or what. Then it started feeling like it's, what do I know? I'm just guessing. But it felt like it's something inside my body pushing out. Anyway, I go to the ER after Silent Trailers, and they do all the tests, piss test, blood test, EKG, ultrasound, x-ray, CAT scan. By the way, I don't know about you, Chemda. You've been to the hospital more than a few times. Can they just start with the CAT scan? I literally have thick skin. Can you start with the CAT scan? We always end up here. Shoulder, knee, we always end up here. Can we just go there right away? Anyway, they couldn't find anything. First of all, it started with a bunch of insults. Your liver, unremarkable. Your gallbladder, unremarkable. I'm like, okay. Now just tell me what's up. But they don't see anything going on with my organ theory. There's no rash or anything like this on the side of my body. And they said, okay, now go home. And I'm thinking, you gave me morphine for a second because you saw I'm not faking. Don't I need your morphine to go? But apparently I'm just supposed to figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like if they can't see it visibly, and then when they look inside your body via CAT scan or whatever kind of, radiation they want to throw in there to look in, if they can't do it, you just have to walk differently now. It's like if the dentist couldn't find what was wrong with your tooth, like it's not a cavity, it's not a root canal, it's not floss, it's not anything. So looks like we're either going to have to take it out or you chew on the other side of your mouth. That's it. How'd you get here, Keith? How'd you get to the hospital? Walk that way, but on your way out.
Right. Just do the same thing in reverse. First of all, I don't know how I got here, but that's a direction issue. Also, it hurts when I laugh. So this is going to be a political show. Okay. No more comedy for a bit. I can't laugh. I can't. It hurts to clear my throat. And when you think about how many people now listening just cleared your throat.
I wanted to, but I didn't because I'm right in front of a mic. So I'm trying not to.
The tiniest thing. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me see what's doing. Let out a big cough. And I jump. I can barely lay down. I can lay down on my back just so, or my front just so. I have to get into that position.
Yeah. And that you feel hurts.
And then the back starts hurting because I'm on my back too long. So I have to go on my front. Then that starts bothering me in the back. You can't even lay down.
This is the absolute plan. Like we said, if they don't know what happened in the hospital, you start walking different. Now, once you start walking different, the pain is off that one side and it starts going to the other side because now you're leaning on that side. Now you have dual pain. So you can't really tell the difference. That's your new norm. Even pain on both sides. You're welcome.
So I'm debating about going to another ER to see the doctor. Then I know, because I know the doctor's going to go to the ER right away, So anyway, yesterday, I didn't even want to deal with it. Kyle came over. She handed me everything, and it wasn't the worst day in the world. And then today's a full day. But apparently the hospital's not worried that something's going to explode inside me. So,
but Xerxes, who had a similar pain, but just in a different location on his body, said, when I hurt my shoulder, I could not even pee right because, like, if I made more pressure, my shit hurt. Right. And I don't think he meant poop. I think he just meant slang. My stuff hurts.
I had to get Oxy from a friend I know, illegally I'm talking about. And now I can't shit either. So a bunch of stuff is going on.
You're going to have to borrow some enemas from Newsy.
And then Kyle's trying to get me off. And I'm not even getting hard over here because of these pills. There's a whole bunch of shit's going on. Yeah, not good over here. It's not good over here. But so I've been watching, I've been watching on the internet because I can't lay down to make time pass. I'm kind of hoping it does go away, but it hurts so much still. It might be less, but I don't know if I'm walking funny like Chemda's saying, or am I somehow getting used to this? It's still torture, but I don't know.
It's funny because, like I said, when Xerxes wasn't feeling that good, it's interesting how sex made it better. I'm like, oh, your shoulder
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
hurt right now. He's like, no, 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 no. I think you found the cure. I'm like, all right,
Well, you know,
you do all the work. That's the cure.
guys, you've been limp before, or you know, the person you're having sex with realizes you're limp, and you're like, it still feels good. Don't stop. But you know, if you don't stop, you're gonna start crying because you're gonna think it's you. You know. But to take up time, I've been watching these predator poachers on the internet. They're people that took Chris Hansen one step further. So Chris Hansen is the one who would say, you know, a guy comes into a woman's place. He thinks she's
girl's place,
a
right?
girl's place. That the parents are away. Come on over. The guy comes on over with condoms and Zima.
Wow. Can we just back up? This is
Mhm.
from a show, To Catch a Predator.
Yes.
People get set up by Chris Hansen using one of his people, Chris Hansen, the host, and he starts texting or emailing as if he's an underage person. This person comes in with Zima and condoms to a little girl, well, a teenager's home. And then here comes cameras, and you still sign off. Yes, I will be on your TV show.
Right.
So,
I think they lied to him also. They're like, you'll get off easier if we put you on, if we videotape you. Nobody will see this or something. They probably just lied to him. Your head's spinning. You don't know what you're listening to.
right.
You know. So anyway, all these people, although they were on TV and
You're
did sign
right.
something.
Wait, they probably say to them, if you don't sign this, we'll blur your face and it'll look like you're guilty. Here, you're not guilty of anything. You just came
Right.
with some Zimas. No worries.
Yeah, I've seen the cops talk to these people and like, and why'd you go there? To tell the 14-year-old not to talk to old creepy men who might bring condoms and Zima. Like, oh, okay, I can see that. All right, no reason to blur your face.
Right. Xerxes is like, where do they even get Zima from now?
You saved it. They save it. That's how deliberate it is. That's when it becomes the real crime. You went out of your way to find Zima. But yeah, it's always wine coolers or this kind of thing. And anyway, it ended up what Chris Hansen was doing wasn't necessarily legal. His company didn't get in trouble, but all the people didn't serve time. So now,
meaning it's not legal. Like, you can't catch a predator that way. That actually gets him off in a way that he wants to. Well, not in the way that he wants to, but in the way that the police don't want to.
Well, so now what people do is they set people up. I'm not sure how they find these people in the first place, but they set up these perverts and videotape them, put it online of them about what they're doing. Like, we know you did this and this, and this is you now explain. They try to talk their way out of it, which is so funny. I'll get back to that. And then they go, all right, now I want you to call your wife. And they kind of surround the person. It's like, we're not letting you go until you call your wife and tell them what happened. And that's all on video also. And it's obvious that they have the right people. There's never a mistake. First of all, you see the predator. More often than not, they look like somebody that if you bumped them in the street, they would knock you the fuck out. Really? But then somebody's going, did you say this to a 14-year-old? No, I showed up to tell them it's wrong. It's like, you're guilty. If it was me, I'd be like, what? The end. I wouldn't stand there try to explain my case. Fuck off.
Oof.
Like, no, I was telling them that it's wrong, but you do have Zima in your trunk. Right. I was showing that people could actually get Zima and come out. I was telling her not to. Well, you said keep it a secret. I didn't want to embarrass her. They just stand there with all this video. So that's what I've been doing during my illness.
My God. What happens when they call their wife?
You just hear, they're kind of meek on the other side. Like we can't let him go until we know he's going to get help. They pretend it's on the side of, we just want to help people. It's not, of course. It's to humiliate them, which I'm fine with. But yeah, the wife is like, okay, all right. And so maybe the guy gets home and can be like, yeah, bullies hurt me, and hopefully, you know what I mean? Bullies made me say this. They were going to cut me or something. I don't know what do you do?
I don't think so. How did these bullies find you?
I was just in a store. I was in a store and they came up to me.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, moms are called, wives are called, families called. kids are called, like their actual children.
Wow, wow, wow.
It's very exciting. You hope that everybody sees these videos.
You know, this is just like Black Mirror. There were a couple of them that were like this, right? There was one in particular that you this kid, this teenager, it seemed like, I don't know if he was 20 or 16 or I don't know, very young kid. Turns out he was watching kiddie porn, and then that set off a whole bunch of stuff. Like people were like, oh, you're watching kiddie porn, now you have to do exactly what we say or we'll send what you just watched to all of your contacts. And now they have like a bunch of people who did the wrong thing online, and they have evidence for running around actually killing each other and doing anything that these people want them to do. And I totally get it. That is very criminal, and you are hurting children. There is no excuse. And somehow I always feel like, fuck, I feel bad for everybody in the situation. I know. I know.
How about a nice counselor? How about a counselor? I love this. I love it so much. Yeah, I sent a 14-year-old me jerking off on today's newspaper with a license plate in the background, but I was telling him how bad this is. Fuck. Can I explain? Like, somebody came up to you and said, I know you're trying to fuck 14-year-olds if you haven't already. And you're going to be like, all right, let's talk about this. Because are you thinking O'Malley? No, you wouldn't have that conversation. Right away, you know, maybe the people aren't sure 100%. And then they're like, well, now we're sure 100%.
Oh, my God. And this is big. You know, this is the biggest, right? Like, you know, you can catch people who steal money or who regular cheat on their spouse or whatever. That's already like embarrassing and fucked up enough. But this is like everyone agrees is the worst. Holy shit.
So I've been enjoying that when I was sick.
You're Ryan, so good at like staying okay with it. Like I start wanting to.
Okay with it? I love it.
No, I know, but I don't know why I can't. I'm uncomfortable and I don't want to even watch that, even though I know it's a version of justice and I should know that this person is after my child. Absolutely. But I remember when you caught someone cheating in a contest that we put on. You know,
yes.
the
contest.
Yeah, the Open Up for Keith contest, right? So people send 2-minute stand-ups, whether you're an amateur or professional, and we review it, and then everybody votes. And somebody found a way to hack the votes, meaning they voted more for themselves. You got them on the call live on our show, and like called them out on it in a very uncomfortable way, then sat with it, and they were like, no, I didn't do that. And to me, as soon as somebody says, no, I didn't do that, I'm like, fuck, now I got to keep talking about this. You're like, oh, good. You said you didn't do it. Now I get to talk more about this. Yeah. Meanwhile, I want to leave so much. And again, I know that's lying. You ruined what we have in the community, which is the trust of we're voting on a nice contest. Like, what are you really getting here? You know, like it was friendly. Right. And now you turned it into shit. And I'm like, oh, this is so uncomfortable.
Well, the guy was Eats Paste is the forum's name he went by. And I knew, you know what? I'm going to play that call at the end of today's show.
Oh my God.
I don't think in that call he admits it, but he does the next day. But anyway, yeah, it's so nuts that as we're talking, he's over explaining, and I'm like, then you did for sure, because you'd be like, what? Fuck you! It's a content. I thought it'd be fun. Fuck you. Fuck your show.
Yeah.
Not allow me to explain that I'm outing you on Keith and the girl. I'd say fuck you.
I don't know that I'd say fuck you. I'd say like, well, anyway, oh my God, what makes you think that? I would never. That's not how I want to win this. Can I somehow prove that I didn't do that?
Yeah, do a funny submission and see people vote for it. Would you win, and then I have you open for me and it doesn't go good, and you go, today was not my day. No, do it was a hit because 80,000 people loved it. They took the time to vote. People don't take the time to vote. That's fantastic. I was going to say, I believe it was Ryan V that wrote, is it a kidney stone? Yeah, I just didn't want to say I was embarrassed. No, they said it's not a kidney stone. They said it's not a hernia. They said they don't see anything at all. They said your organs are smooth the way they're supposed to be. Everything's fine. Okay.
But isn't that interesting? I love how the chat is trying with all other diagnoses. Did you check for hernia, kidney stones, herniated disc? Who else? It sounds like a dislocated rib.
Is that what it sounds like?
But I thought they would see all that in
Then you would
an
see a rib.
X-ray.
Yeah,
an X-ray.
I've had broken ribs. They were able to see it. Then they tell you they can't do nothing about it. Then I wonder, what the fuck do you do? How do you have a BMW? But anyways, not much I can do about that. What can you do about that? What can you do about that? What are you able? What are doctors able to do? They do things, right?
They do. Yes, I've experienced
I know they
them
do.
doing things. Yes,
I know they do.
they do. Yes.
They have to.
They do have to. Yes.
Right? All this
Yes.
time, they've definitely done things.
If they haven't done anything, what are they getting sued for? You know what I mean?
That's when they do something. When they do something, they leave a towel in your chest.
Well,
after surgery. I'm telling you, this did not leave me loving doctors. Doctors. A group of doctors looking at my shit is like, no, we don't see anything. Goodbye. Oh, okay. Well, I'll report back that I love doctors. I really got to say right away, hi, I'm the host of a popular podcast. Here's my problem. Maybe I'm too embarrassed or shy to say that, and I don't. They need to know. Oh, hi. Just right now what I'm going to say on my talk show tomorrow. Anyway, hi. Sorry to keep you. I have a pain here on my side.
Right. You kind of wonder, like, if I was Jay-Z walking through the door, would you find my problem?
Right. Well, yeah. We gave you a bunch of pain medication, but we don't see anything. Goodbye. Okay. Now, do I go to the competition now? And hopefully they find something? We don't have anything else we can do here. In a hospital. And now I'm extra upset because it hurts when I yell. Oh, my God. Oh, well. Is it a herniated disc, Keith? Yes. Yes.
A chiropractor could realign your hips. Rips.
Okay.
Ribs.
Tips, rips, hips, ribs.
A chiropractor can realign your ribs? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It hurts so much, I'm going to let you just guess and start guessing at ribs and start moving my body around. But I can't lay down, but you can start fucking poking around and trying to realign ribs.
You know what I thought of? We could have, during all of our injuries, Xerxes, you, me, therapeutic massage.
How about prayer? How about good prayer? What the fuck is happening? The body's amazing. Why? Because you can't figure it out? Yeah, when I was a kid, you know what was amazing? Science and chloroform. That was amazing.
What?
Because you can't figure it out. Physics is amazing. You know how I know? Because I don't know what the fuck it is. That's doctors saying the body is amazing. I think it's just so amazing. We have no clue.
Chris L is saying, I think we need another pee sample.
Sure. I'm peeing 16 times a day now for some reason. I don't know. But I'll lay down and then I have to pee again. I'm like, fuck, because it hurts to get up and down.
Wait, that's something.
I would think so.
That worries me.
I don't know what this goes to. Roxanne is saying, listen, did the doctor help you? I hope you're not responding to me, Roxanne. Because no. I hope this is clear. No. If my kid told me he wanted to be a doctor, I'd be like, fuck you. Be something decent like a politician. Go fuck yourself. Ryan V. Is Ryan V a doctor? Because it was a herniated disc or a gallbladder thing or a kidney stone. Now he goes, sounds like a kidney thing. What school did you go to? We first moved to kidney. These doctors couldn't think of a fucking thing, but now you know. Nah, that sounds like kidney. Yeah, we've all heard kidney and piss. We've all heard about it. That's the answer now.
Blaine is saying it could be a prostate thing, but I think only because he wants to check.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I see. Let me ET that asshole. Yeah,
Foggy Bottom tried Cherokee hair tampons. I don't know what we're talking about.
Keith and the Girl VIP members. Thank you so much, by the way. Thanks for keeping the show going. If you like Keith and the Girl, you'll love Keith and the Girl VIP. New episodes every week, plus back episodes and exclusive shows that we've never released outside of our VIP program. Join today. We make sure there's plenty to listen to, plenty to watch. If you're in the hospital for no reason for 8 hours, you click on a VIP show. If it hurts when you laugh, you're in trouble. But otherwise, it'll keep you company. Become a VIP member right now. KeithandTheGirl.com/VIP. We'll give you a free trial if you use code free trial, one word, free trial at KeithandTheGirl.com/VIP. All right.
Blaine is saying official graduate of Trash Doctor School. Everything's misspelt because he usually goes by Trash Bat on our chat.
Roxanne says, I am saying, did the doctor help you? The doctor didn't help you, so you could try a chiropractor. It wouldn't hurt any more than going to the ER. No, somebody's realigning your ribs. That won't hurt me more than getting out of their bed to walk to the x-ray machine. Roxanne, are you a chiropractor? I want job listings from now on. ASLJ. Age, sex, location, job. And if 2 out of those 4 don't fit me, I scroll down.
Should we change sex to gender? No, we should leave it as sex because that is what the doctor is tending to a lot of times.
Right. Come on, I'd start aligning my ribs. They wouldn't even know what to say to me, by the way, this chiropractor. What? First of all, I guarantee they would go, what? And then it would be, should I start on the top left rib? Like, I don't know. Well, if you don't know, how would I know?
Just say ow when I should stop.
Yeah.
Can you please how do we put Chris L's thing right on the screen? Right
what do you
there.
mean?
Because I think he's solving it. How do we billboard what Chris says? Should I just read it?
Sure.
Have you tried skydiving, Keith? Couldn't hurt.
I did. It was the most painful thing. Maybe it caught. Oh, you went skydiving years ago, Keith? Well, why didn't you say that, Keith? Sounds like a skydiving thing. I stubbed my toes some time ago. That's it. I'm Roxanne. Now, Roxanne says, if it doesn't help you, I'll pay your visit bill. Can you fucking imagine? I sent her a chiropractic bill for thousands. Because you got to go off network, of course. Because it's bullshit.
Oh my God. Should I even ask you about your fake insurance that you were paying for?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give that a little space.
Let's just, please.
Okay.
I'm seeing here, Matthew.
Because if someone's a lawyer, if they can get in touch with Keith, some weird scam has been pranked on him. Okay, now you can continue.
How would you know? Okay, here's your insurance. Thanks. Then you go to the doctor. No, that's no good. Right. Okay. Roxanne said it won't be thousands. Right. That's what I'm afraid of, Roxanne. I'll give you the bill and you'll be like, well, you shouldn't have done it this way. I'll go, hey, can you readjust my ribs? And they're like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. Look it up. It's definitely a thing Roxanne said. And it's only going to cost hundreds at the most because what Roxanne said. You got to go in for a rib tune-up every 3rd month. One visit, says Roxanne, will be no more than $100. This is what I mean. Age, sex, location, and job. Where the fuck would you go out of pocket to a chiropractor and not pay more than $100, Roxanne? Where the fuck do you live? Well, I get it. I got to get on a plane to go to Sri Lanka. How about that, Roxanne? Do I send you that bill? Not more than $100. It's $100 to Uber there. Oh, well. Breaking news. Adidas was seen leaving Pete Davidson's apartment this morning. What? Crazy. Adam sent me that. I don't know if that's true. Adidas has dumped Kanye West. That's the biggest one of all the dumpings he's been getting. I'll go over the list. Before being dumped by the brand, Kanye had already begun publicly sparring with Adidas executives, accusing them of stealing his ideas. But I guess he was making them so much money, they're putting up with it, or were. West owns the Yeezy brand, but Adidas pays him an annual royalty fee to sell the products. Adidas found themselves coming under increasing pressure to drop Ye. I keep saying Ye. Sorry, mad respect. Adidas found themselves coming under increasing pressure to drop Ye after several anti-Semitic comments. Yeah, he's going DEFCON 3 on Jews. Yeah, you can't be saying that. Experts also claim that the resale market for Yeezys will explode because they will not be produced in mass quantities anymore. Well, sure. Buy the shoes and hoodie set. That's what I recommend. You save a couple bucks. Buy Hitler's watch while you're at it. Adidas stock is going up. That's the good news to me.
That is good news because, they're always making decisions with their money, and they're only dropping them not because they agree or disagree. They don't care what Kanye says. It's, we're not going to buy your product. Oh, you did drop them. Now we are going to. We're all just responding to each other's wallets.
Here's what they look like. Here's what Yeezys look like, by the way. They're like space stage Crocs. This is the dumbest fucking shoe. You really are going for clout. You're not going for shoe. It's stupid art. You'd be like, so we could have made this a parking space. If I saw these shoes, I wouldn't know if it's a urinal or. Fucking ridiculous. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Well, they did. You can't. You wear that White Lives Matter shirt. Nobody's wearing a White Lives Matter shirt. They trick you and they say, all lives matter. That's white lives. But nobody has a White Lives Matter shirt. Then he said all the Jews are conspiring, against the world. And Adidas says enough is enough. Kim Kardashian said hate speech is never okay or excusable. I stand together with the Jewish community and call on the terrible violence and hateful rhetoric towards them to come to an immediate end. I think what helped his Adidas demise was that 405 LA overpass sign. People hung up signs that says Kanye's absolutely right. Honk if you agree with him about the Jews. And it's not good. Even if you didn't know what it was, to honk if you hate Jews.
Not only that, I saw the picture. They were all giving a Heil Hitler salute, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so clear. There was no mixed messages, no gray areas. By the way, Pip was saying, I heard those shoes are recommended by 10 out of 10 chiropractors.
Right. Oh, you wear Crocs, Keith, and you said they were hurting your foot? The body's connected. The rapper's $220 million annual deal with the German sports brand. Oh, they're German. They don't like them. Which is worth $1.5 billion in total, has been terminated after his controversial behavior. According to Forbes, West, 45 years old, is set to lose his billionaire status after cutting ties with Adidas. Other brands, let's see.
How did he not lose his billionaire status after getting a divorce? That's interesting. I guess because they haven't started to separate. Maybe.
Yeah, you can't really tell what's going on, right? Twitter and Instagram, he's been restricted on for saying anti-Jewish stuff. And you guys have been on Twitter and Instagram. There's some stupid shit. Like, you really got to be out of control. Let's see. Chris L. Keith, did you try a joint? Which leads to coffin? Good idea, Chris. Here are the companies that have said goodbye to Kanye. I won't be able to pronounce any of them. Balenciaga. It's a luxury fashion house. They said goodbye. MRC, a legit film company. They've done many films you'd recognize. They finished a documentary on Kanye, and they won't put it out. They're like, fuck this.
Yeah, not until they can get the new ending.
Right. Vogue, Anna Wintour says, I'm never working with you. Creative Artist Agency, his Hollywood talent agency. He's no longer a client. Gap, the company said Tuesday it was taking immediate steps to remove Yeezy Gap products from their stores, and that'll shut down YeezyGap.com.
Now we're going to find out how much money hating the Jews is really going to get you. Because for every non-audience, there is an audience. For everyone who's trying to cancel you, there's someone who's going, I'm going to pay you extra because you said what I was thinking. That's what I think, but we'll see.
Roxanne is saying, that's true. A joint could help too. That's true.
Blaine is saying, I guess Black Skinhead wasn't just a song title.
He really has to go back. What's that one song he has? All Fall Down, something like this. Kanye really has to listen to his old songs. Because he'd learn a thing or two. That's the irony. Foot Locker, the retailer, has pulled Yeezy shoes from its sales floor and online store. I didn't know he really was so into fashion.
Oh, really?
I didn't know he's in stores that I know. I don't know. I knew he had to deal with somebody or somebody else, but I didn't know. And it's all like stores I'd go to. I wouldn't expect that. You know? He's dropping names like Versace and shit in his songs. I didn't know, he didn't make anything rhyme with Gap, and a lot of things rhyme with the Gap. He never brought up Foot Locker in his songs. He brought up Louis Vuitton. It's interesting, that's all. I have an update here of Dancing with the Stars, Henda. This is what keeps me going. I
love this update. Okay, first of all, who did I vote for again? One of them is out because she had medical situations.
She had MS. That's a medical situation. Had she simply seen a chiropractor for $60? Selma Blair. Selma Blair said it's not good for my health and I have to leave. That's who Henda picked. She owes me $10, which I will take off of Roxanne's bill. And Gabby Windy, you also took. Gabby happened to last night or the night before get the best score. So you have a
now you owe me $10. Yes.
No, not yet, not just yet.
Not yet.
But congrats. I took Wayne Brady and Shangela, and but we both have our sights set on Jordan Sparks, who did the Broadway version of In the Heights. Who was kicked off? Good question. It was Jesse James Decker, a country singer. She said, I'm nervous I'll forget the steps with my mom brain and all.
Oh, that's an insult to moms.
Is it? It is, right?
Yes. What do you mean you'll forget because you have mom brain?
Or is it I'm so focused? I don't know what it is. I'm not playing devil's advocate. Is it I'm so focused on the kids that I don't care about other things?
Either way, your priorities are ridiculous.
Right.
But you can't no one's watching the kids. The kids are just going to die without you. Nah, no, that's an excuse. That's like on the show Alone, where like they're so fucking starving. They literally haven't eaten in a week. And they're like, that's it. I miss my wife too much. I'm tapping out. I got to see my wife, man. I got to go.
Right.
No, it's absolutely my wife. It's not that I haven't eaten in a week. And then before that, I ate berries for 2 weeks. And that's not enough. I just love my wife.
And also in the bottom two, so Jesse was in the bottom two, of course. She got kicked out. Trevor Donovan is in the bottom two, so he'll probably be kicked out next week. That's a guy from 90210, not the good one. Not the one we all knew and loved. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Okay.
It's the new 90210.
Oh, the new 90210. Okay.
Yeah, newer. So that's good news. And Jesse James Decker is happy that she got kicked off, because I get to take my kids trick-or-treating on Monday.
Yep.
Oh, good. Because otherwise it'd be live. You'd have to be on the Disney Channel live. There's no way the kids would like that experience.
Again, on Alone, like a month in, missing my kid's second birthday. But you know what? I'm going to come home with that prize money. Happy birthday, baby, sweetheart. I'm thinking about you today. I miss you. I didn't want to miss your birthday, but we're going to make it up when I come back. But then 2 months in and you're like, I miss my kid. I already missed her second birthday. I shouldn't miss Christmas. That would make me a bad parent. I'm going back. Miss my kid.
John is saying, Keith, I have an eye problem right now. Do you think maybe you have an eye problem? That could be it. It's whatever somebody else had to go through. Is always somebody's diagnosis for somebody else.
Oh, then here's what Ryan recently went through.
Okay.
Maybe you caught a parasite from drinking Midwest tap water during your travel.
Could be.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Well, that was even longer. That was L.A.
Right,
but before that was like Chicago and Nashville. Did I have tap water then? Probably. Brolo wouldn't have had a water filter. Oh, well. You know what? We had this poll on the forums the other day. Last show we did. Have you seen or heard a ghost? In your life, have you seen or heard a ghost? We were telling a story about a house that was haunted but it was haunted sexually. It used to be a brothel, and the owners believe that when they hear the ghost saying, looking good, or I like it like that, it's because they're sexual animals. So I wrote, have you seen or heard a ghost in your life? Yes or no? 27% have.
Whoa.
Now, some years ago, in 2017, we put up the poll, do you believe in ghosts? 30% of our audience did. So the numbers are kind of matching. So I didn't know that 30% have seen or heard one.
Whoa, that's why they believe in it.
How do you just walk around living? No pun. But how do you just walk around living knowing there's ghosts? Do you talk to it? Do you say goodnight? Do you warn company? Do you warn the ghost that company's coming over? Have you picked up a respectable ghost book? Do you laugh when you can't find your keys? Oh, Casper. You just go on with your life knowing there's ghosts everywhere, and yet you still, do you steal from people ever? Like you better live your life. Do you jerk off? Do you jerk off under your cover where the ghost can't go?
The ghost can't go under your covers?
This is what I'm asking.
I
would think they can go through them. They can go through your walls.
Right.
So you just know that somebody out there knows everything. I wish I believed in ghosts. They can like leave clues around why I'm hurting.
The ghost can tell you to turn right or left.
Kenda, I don't know what you said because you're coughed. Do you want a chiropractor? Realign your throat? Chiropractor. Can you fucking imagine? Did you try ear candles? Anyways. If you like free entertainment on YouTube, click like when you see this. Sure, there's a button there where you're being entertained. Click it wherever it is. Maybe it's on this. You're hearing it as a podcast. Click that. Keep this show going by clicking buttons. Like, comment, thumbs down. Whatever you feel has a button, go ahead, click it. That's a big deal. All right. Also, if you've heard a ghost, how do you say yes, I heard a ghost, and then not type in the forums what it said?
Does it default on ooh? Is that like a knock because they can't knock? They don't have hands.
They find ways to knock though, because they could with energy they can push things that can knock into things.
Is that what they mean on knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door? Also, if you believe in God, don't you by default believe in a ghost, especially Christians, specifically Catholics? Don't you have to, by default, believe in at least one ghost?
I would think so. Yeah, the Holy One, right? I would think so.
Right? There's a whole... And aren't saints ghosts? What are saints?
Saints are humans that were so good. Are they like... Yeah, they're humans that were so good, then they become angels in heaven.
So aren't angels ghosts?
Are angels ghosts? Yeah.
Like angels can come to Earth, right, and say hi and like.
It really depends on the weather. Yeah. Roxanne is writing in. I always click like. I won't for this episode.
Okay, click dislike. Honestly, just click a button.
Joke's on you. It all counts somehow.
Right. They say the parents that love you are great. Parents that hate you are not as bad as the parents that are indifferent to you. So click thumbs up, click thumbs down, just click.
Also, I wish my dad was a little indifferent. That could have been good. He goes, I am not your friend. I'm like, I'm not saying like. I'm saying, could we be indifferent? Nah, we can't be indifferent. Go dig a hole. As I got an edit back of
the dad emails.
The dad emails. Oh, I'm so excited. The wheels are turning, everybody. This is getting done.
Let me ask you this, because growing up, your father talked about how he was a priest and blah blah blah. And like, you.
By the way, he has 4 doctorates supposedly.
Okay.
If only I could talk to him. You know what? I would go to my dad before a chiropractor. What do you think of that?
Oh my God. That's not nice to chiropractors. Shout out to chiropractors. We like you more than that. That was a joke. That had to be a joke.
Roxanne says she has to go regularly. I'm like, well, what kind of help is that?
Consistent help.
How many bills can I send?
What are you covering? The first or the first 10?
Sounds just like the first, but I'm going to feel instant relief.
Well, okay. So growing up, you heard that your dad was a priest. And so at some point in your lives, you and your brothers considered or thought about being a priest, right?
Yes.
So
I thought about it. My one brother went to seminary, in fact. For me, it was whatever I was around. I was going to be a gym teacher. I was going to be a bus driver. I was going to be a priest.
Yeah, that's the only experiences your parents allowed you to have, right? Like, where were you going to go? But so in terms of that, when you had to dig holes as punishment, like you didn't know that that was necessarily a weirdo punishment. When you thought of having kids, if you did you think I'm going to have them dig holes because you just have to have some kind of control?
Oh, that's funny. No.
Never? You were never like, spanking? Were you going to spank your kids? Because you got spanked? You got hit?
No, I didn't. See, I didn't necessarily, I didn't think nothing was wrong. I don't know if I thought nothing was wrong with this necessarily. But because I knew I wouldn't do that to my kids, but I didn't bring it up to other people in school because I assumed we all had our thing. So if I was being treated not well, but everybody was.
I see. So, it's very interesting, right? Like you were being punished. And I remember back in the day, the show more said like, hey, my parents were strict because if you would say, hey, my parents were strict, but if not, I would have ruled the roost.
Yes.
Now, what do you think?
You don't have to be that fucking strict. You
wouldn't have ruled the roost. You would have just like maybe hung out and laid on the couch when you watch TV every year.
Just don't have a kid until you find the line between being strict enough and your kid's writing a book about you. That's when you're ready to have a kid. And if you can't find that line, don't have one unless you want to be in the papers.
Which he does.
Which I guess he does.
He does, yeah.
Well, he's about to get the attention. Just fine.
Wow.
So I'm talking, of course, about keithandthegirl.com/dad. We did it in reverse. That's a collection of all the times I talked about catfishing my dad. What? You heard right. And now I'm turning into a book so you can easily look at physically and Kindle, that kind of thing as well. So you can easily go from one email to the next and scroll back, that kind of thing. So very excited.
Hey, Keith, the Kindle havers, when we hear book, we hear Kindle. You don't have to worry about it.
But it's everything.
That's a book. I know it's weird to you. Like I hold up my phone. This is a book now too. That's a book.
Phone. Wow.
Yeah.
What a world. What a world. All right. Then you know what? Maybe I don't know what a chiropractor can do.
Look, that's Xerxes on my phone. Hi, Xerxes.
Oh, is that a picture or a book? It's 1,000 words right there. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Roxanne, but
Keith, you were funny today. Should we punch you in your other side when you get better?
I only have two sides. People.
We alternate so you can keep it even.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Please share the show. Every time you share it, Keith's rib gets better and chiropractic somehow still make money. It's all good. Everybody wins. Click all those buttons. Wow. Thank you so much for listening and spreading the word.